Welcome back to PLObro. We are live with episode number 6. We're getting it in. We're playing for stacks and only losing some of the time. Seriously though, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to hopefully running this up a little bit. For those of you who have followed the stream so far and any of my other videos on YouTube or here on Twitch, you may already know we started on a 9 buy-in downswing out the gate. So from 2,500 to 2,050. Obviously, we're going for 100K. So what we've been able to do here is, let's see, we're going to bet like, just over half pot here. So what we've been able to do is actually grind that back up, and we are virtually even right now with a bankroll of $24.95. So we are sitting in a pretty good spot. Hoping we can maybe pull a couple buy-ins here during this stream and cement ourselves in the black. Hopefully this player here isn't coolering us. But no, really want to say thanks to everybody for stopping in, checking out the stream. Really do appreciate it. As always, we have a 5-minute delay. We're going to start here running 2 tables. Actually, right before the stream, we were actually in the black for the first time in the road to 100K. We were actually up almost 1.5 buy-ins. Then lost a couple pots in some weird spots that put us down minus $5. Gonna fold this hand here from middle position, facing the min raise again. Seeing a lot of min raises, especially from like a lot of like under the gun min raises, and even button steel min raises, and I just don't understand what the player attempts to accomplish there. Maybe he's hoping to get light 3-bet in this spot. I don't know. So let's see what we had. Flop stop set. Nice. Wow. That was crazy. Well, in that spot, he was min raising to try and get 3-bet light and lower his SPR. Overall, though, I don't think you're really ever going to accomplish very much with the min bet. So we're looking here at 10, 10, 9, 8 in the big blind. So we have a 3-wrap, a suit, and a pair. Our pair's reasonable. Usually going to flop either top set or middle set when we flop a set of 10s. It's pretty rare that it's bottom set. And when it is, it's fairly likely somebody has a straight. I think here we're probably just going to flat. Yeah, I don't think we want to try to bloat the pot right now. The way PLO 50 on Ignition has been playing today, I think that we would be called by more than one opponent and be out of position. Trying to move some of this stuff around here. Double suited aces, always happy to see that. And we're just going to get out of the way in this pot. Double suited aces, we get a raise and a call. The cold caller's got a relatively short stack, a little less than a 50 big blind stack to start the hand. We're going to 3-bet here. And looking at a SPR of just over 3. And I think we're just gonna have to like pot and get it in here because there's so many cards that complete straights on the turn. That being out of position, we just have very little visibility into whether or not we have the best hand. And then we're just gonna pile it in here on this. This counterfeits any other 2 pairs, gives us the nut flush draw. So I'm pretty sure we have the best hand right now, and if we don't, we've got some pretty solid outs. He does fold. We take it down, baby. Boom. Up 30 bones right out the gate. That's what I'm talking about. Probably had like a bear queen. Bear queen on the flop there. The 6 was just to be a bad card for him if that's the case. And that's a spot where I don't think it's so much that we are trying to be tricky in any way, shape, or form. When we 3-bet out of the blinds from a middle position raiser and then with a cold caller and then pot the flop, it's a pretty high percentage of the time I think we're gonna have something like what we had there. So we're just going to try and deny him odds or make it as expensive as possible for him to draw out on us. And with the backdoor draw, there's a lot of good cards. Like any diamond lets us continue pretty strong. Any ace, obviously. The bottom card on the board pairing was solid for us. So that pairing along with it being a diamond was about as good as we're going to be able to ask for. I'm going to fold this. Small blind's range should be fairly strong to be opening after 2 limpers and then having 3 players to act behind the open. Everybody does fold, so we can note player 1 and 3 limp folding pre-flop. Aces again with a suit. Ace, ace, queen, 9. We have like a little bit of connectivity with this hand, so it's not bad. Don't really like the guy behind us on the button. Jay Woo, shout out, man. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. So we're like super pumped that the blind is squeezing here, and we're just going to look to pile it in. If he folds, that's awesome. We're obviously going to be committed on like every flop. This is pretty strong. We flopped the nut flush draw with our aces, and that should miss most of his 3-bet range. So we're just going to get it in. Oh, wow. That's sick. Can't believe that. Wrong hand. Update. Queen 865. Oh wow, so we were behind on the flop. That's a really bad hand to be 3-betting out of the blinds, so this guy's an idiot. That's gonna be my take on it, at least. Some of you might like 3-betting queen rag. But it's part of the game. Still have like a ton of equity in that spot. Any heart, any ace, any card pairs the board that isn't you know, one of his pairs. We don't really have much going on this flop here. We're just gonna give up if the button bets. I got the best hand. And yeah, so I guess that's just the thing with aces and PLO, like you just lose with them more often. You just have to be ready to accept that if you're going to play the game. I'm just going to fold. Yeah, we're connected, but in all actuality, like this is the type of situation we're going to end up in when we do like flop a piece, unless we flop bottom set. So, you know, we got bottom pair, a gutter to the bottom straight, and the worst flush draw. We're gonna fold this rainbow hand too. So I think like, yeah, even though the odds are awesome, what is going on with my HUD? I don't know what's going on with the HUD, man. Ever since they updated this beta, man, it's been giving me a lot of trouble. Okay, hold on. So player 3 bet. This guy's been super aggressive. It's a really small number of hands, but I really don't want to get 4 bet. I'm just gonna fold. We're hurting one of our diamonds. We have like all of the big diamonds, which means we're unlikely to cooler anybody. Like we hit the nut flush, we're not really gonna get paid off with the jack high flush that often. Player 3. I don't know how this got messed up like this. Pretty gnarly though, I'm pretty pumped about it. Sit here and manually adjust it. King, queen, jack 8, single suited on the button. We're gonna open this up. Ace, king, queen, 5 with a suit as well. We're gonna open that up as well. We got a wheel card to go with it, so we can make some straights there. Sorry, this HUD's throwing me off. Threw me off for a second there. I don't know what he has, but we have no piece of that, so we just got to get out of the way. Flop, top, top, no backdoor, flush draw. We're going to bet here. If player 6 shoves, we're going to call it off. We got a lot of big cards that can counterfeit 2 pair, even if it's queen 9. We don't want to get check raised by player 2 really, but I think in this spot we should bet. Do get the folds and take it down. Ten Jack 7 deuce double suited, pretty trashy. We thought about getting in there with this, but I mean the 9-8-7-4, but I opted against it just because it's the triple gap. Not really like, well, the double gap, I mean. A lot more happy to play with this hand here. We're actually going to 3-bet it because I don't want to call and this go like 4 or 5 ways because then our suit is just going to get us in trouble. And I think this hand plays really good heads up. We're going to call this even though we don't really like it that much. Flop like we flop the inside of any card between a 5 and a queen is going to give us a straight draw or a wrap. And then any heart obviously is good for us. I'm going to check because we have a lot of potential equity on the turn and we do hit some equity there. What's this other table going on here? A bunch of nothing. We're just going to fold that. I'm just going to opt for a call here. And we do hit the straight on the river. So second nut, Queen 9 beats us. Hopefully he didn't have Queen 9. He did not. We take it down. Nice. Make up for some of the loss of that ace-ace hand. There we go, boys. I mean, I guess you could maybe have an argument for a raise on the turn that ace jack 10-6 rainbow. We got a dead small end, a player 3. And he checked it. I'm just going to fold because this is rainbow. I'm going to be out of position. I don't really want to deal with that. So let's look at this last hand. So when we turn the straight draw, the baby wrap, we could raise and hope to fold out maybe some smaller 2 pairs, which I don't know he has that many of those. Probably could fold out some over pairs is the most likely thing that we could fold with a bluff. We're going to call here. This is a pulling hand for sure. We're just going to try and flop a set and stack somebody. We do not flop said set, though. So I think, like, yeah, we could fold out some over pairs, and it gives us a chance to over-realize our equity. But I didn't think that there was a ton that we could credibly rep by raising the turn, I guess. If we raise the turn, like by checking back the flop. Yeah, I don't really know what we're repping on the turn. And having 3-bet from middle position and under the gun raiser from middle position as well. Like, we shouldn't have like a ton of hands that hit really strong on that board. We're going to open this up just because it's double suited. You have a little bit of connectivity. The deuce kind of sucks, but you can still make a straight with it. Another double suited diamond and spade hand. We're in the small blind this time. We're going to open that up too. That's how I like to roll. Flop, top, top. Not a whole lot going on this board. We do have a backdoor nut flush draw. We have a gut shot wheel draw as well. think that we can... This kind of hits the big blind's range a bit here. I don't know what this guy is doing. We're going to bet. And we're going to fold this. We take it down with the bet. See, we've had a couple people join the stream just now. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So I guess this time when I said we're going to get our stacks in, I was telling the truth. We've gotten it in twice. Won one and lost one. Overall, I think we're up like $9 or something for the session. $8. I'll take it. Yeah, so today I don't know. Earlier before the stream, got on here and I mean it was getting a little bit ridiculous. I'm gonna fold this. If the 6 connected to my Broadway cards in some way, I would open it. But we don't really block any 3-betting ranges, and we can't continue against a 3-bet. And this hand's gonna flop pretty polarized as well, and we're gonna be out of position, so I just don't really, I don't really like opening that spot. I'm gonna fold this as well. Here, this is a fairly weak hand. Maybe from the button, I consider it, but even so, the button is pretty tight. It's more the small blind and the big blind were pretty loose passive and are just gonna call a lot. And again, have a fairly rough equity distribution with that hand. So what I like to do is, ideally have smoothly distributed hands, or hands that flop a smooth equity distribution in heads up pots, and hands that will be rougher, more polarized in like multi-way pots. So flop bottom pair and a flush draw. I probably should just lead out there. I was in my thought from the other hand though. So we turn open-ended as well. So we got a pair, an open-ender, and a flush draw. Probably going to go for the check raise here if he bets. He does not. And we turn 2 pair. I think we just check and take our showdown. We're probably good. We're not good. He notched us. Queens and 8s. Notched. Yeah, Bray's brief. Great comment there, man. I thought that it was so. Before I 3-bet that hand, he's referring to the 10 high pure rundown. We got it all in on. And yeah, we're just going to fold because I want to talk about this hand. So yeah, I thought about just flatting there, but I think that when I flat, especially the way the tables have been playing tonight, it's going to go like at least 3 ways, if not 4 ways to the flop. And being in middle position, if I call, I think that it's going to create an avalanche effect where probably at least the button calls, if not the cutoff and the button. And then the big blind's likely going to call in a lot of spots as well. And so I opted for the 3-bet just as an isolation play, more so than like a value raise. I'm just going to fold this hand. So yeah, I think there's definitely an argument to be made for the flat. But also when you flat, you're gonna find yourself in some like spots where I think you end up with a lot of equity and commit yourself, and you could be dominated more often when you have 3 opponents instead of 1. But I think it's a good point. Heads up. Thank you, man. I don't know. It says I have excellent. My stream is excellent right now, so if it keeps acting up, just let me know. I'll see if I can fix it, but I haven't been having problems, so hopefully it's okay. $10-8-7 deuce. I'm just gonna fold it. The deuce just kills that hand, in my opinion. Could probably get through the small blind most of the time. The big blind's definitely calling. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to define some of the ranges from different positions. Initially, I was playing too loose, especially from like middle position. I'm just gonna flat this and try to pull in a bunch of people into this pot. If I can get odds, or give people odds to get in and flop top set, or big flush draw, that would be ideal. I'm gonna fold here. Yeah, but Braised, I agree. I think that the raising on the turn would just end up being negative EV. This is what we didn't want to happen, is this, but at least we know we're way behind. This guy has aces for sure, almost. And this guy probably has like a rundown or something. Ugh. Kind of, what is he 3-betting under the gun with that hand for? I guess he's V-pipping 80%. PFR is 73 and 3-bet is 60, so he's strong player. Yeah, man, no rake back, which is a pretty big detractor. I'm gonna get off this table. I don't want to play 3-way. It's just gonna be. I like to be able to talk about hands and chat with the viewers, and 3-hander is gonna just give me in too weird of a spot. Okay. This guy, player 1, too strong. Just wrecking people. I think this might be the guy, if anybody knows, is this the player that beat me out with the double suited aces when I had the double suited aces? Not sure. Yeah, we're just gonna defend here. Up a pretty big draw. He can't really rep a whole lot on this board, so I'm going to go for the check raise. I can have a lot of 2-pair hands. I can have a lot of 2 pairs. I can have the small sets. I don't think he can have any of those. And this is going to put a lot of pressure on him to fold a lot of his overpairs and his one pair hands. We flop top pair. And I think that now that we've picked up equity, we have a gut shot as well. So we got king high flush draw, top pair, and a gut shot. Not in great shape against aces with the nut flush draw. But I think that we are definitely going to bet again. And we're just going to jam like all rivers almost. Yeah, nice. Take it down. Yeah, but yeah, no rake back on ignition, which is the nut low. ACR or the WPN skins definitely have a much better rake. Well, the rake structure in general is better, especially when you account for their rake back programs. So I think like the difference, or the equalizer, I should say, is that so far I have found that the opponents on ignition are much softer and less skilled for the stakes. So, I mean, I think that rake is a significant factor and really important. But ultimately, the softness of the player pool is more important, and that's why, at least for now, I'm playing on ignition. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It would be nice if ignition would run some type of rake back, but in all honesty, I think they are purposefully trying to create an environment that does not cater to regs and pros. And in doing so, you know, the rake back program bit the dust. Because I believe they used to have some type of rake back, but I can't, maybe not, I might be wrong. Back in the old days. Yeah, so like what I did, and for anybody watching this not aware of like what the whole PLObro thing is all about, I'm transitioning from no limit to PLO, and I'm kind of documenting and streaming the process with the goal of grinding up a bankroll, $100,000 bankroll from exclusively PLO. So what I was doing is, as I was working my way through the PLO University course through Upswing, and was playing like PLO 5, 2 cent, 5 cent, just to try and incorporate a lot of the concepts and lessons that we were discussing. And when I completed the course, I started this bankroll challenge and started the stream. So I'm somebody with like very little experience in PLO historically, but I have been putting a lot of study time and effort into it and trying to transition what I can from my Hold'em background into PLO. So love to hear from people when they think that I made a mistake. I'm sure that I will be doing it frequently. But I said that to go back to the rake back issue discussion, So like when I was playing PLO5 on ACR, I mean at PLO5 on ACR, the average player at the 6 max table was like, they were like V-pipping like 25 maybe, with like the occasional player that would be V-pipping like 40 or 50. You know, maybe 2 players at the table V-pipping over 40. And here on Ignition, I'm playing PLO 50 with, you know, I mean, multiple people, 50, 44, 80, and this isn't that crazy of a table, so the player pool is super soft. What's going on here? Do we have to fold ace, king, king, double suited? What? Okay, player 1 is nutty. Like, there's no way I'm folding to him, but then this guy is rolling in with the 4-bet out of the blinds. I don't know what to do here. Do I have to fold this hand? I mean, I'm pot committing myself. I guess I fold. Oh no. Would have had the flush draw with the backdoor draw. He might have it beat. Oh no, we would have got there. No, with the quads, no. Oh no, that's disgusting. That is so sick. I made the right laydown though, I think. I mean, like, it's hard to lay down ace, king, king double suited. But when he 4-bets, like, I don't know, like, I'm not seeing anybody in these stakes, like, just 4-betting, like, cold 4-betting out of the blinds with anything other than aces for the most part. Oh, that is disgusting. Ugh. Would have flopped the draw, turned the set, rivered quads. Yeah, so obviously I'm behind the chat here, guys, but I am reading it, and we're gonna defend this because I'm tilted now. Flop a gut shot. Oh, that's so disgusting. I agree. ACR is super nitty, but the software is better and the rakeback's better. I do agree that you can make a lot of money by just grinding and hitting up a bunch of sorry, trying to do multiple things at once here. I'm just gonna fold. Just grinding a bunch of rakeback. But I'm not a player that likes to run, 8, 9, 10 tables. I am from a live poker background, so that's part of it. Part of it as well is that I think that, I'll do maybe 3 tables most of the time. We're in a pretty good spot here. This is going to let us commit a large portion of our stack with these aces and really lower the SPR. We're going to have an SPR of less than 2 if both call. Or less than 2 if they both call. Let's flop a set or a big draw. Something. That'll work. Open-ended with the nut flush draw. And the overpair. Yeah, I'm not even going to give him a chance to let it check through. I'm just going to get it in. Boom. Got it, baby. Take it down. That's what I'm talking about. Had him crushed. He was just utterly destroyed on that flop. I was like, please don't hit that raggedy card for your 2 pair. Yeah, heads up, I'll definitely check that out. Hold on. I actually like Drive HUD a lot though. It's pretty new. So it's one of those things where they're putting out a lot of betas frequently and working out a lot of bugs, but they're also upgrading the features and the stats that are offered. Their support service has been like really strong. I can give them a shout out for that. And they're pretty quick with the timing of like getting bugs worked out and things like that. Occasionally you see a new beta will come out and they'll have something like wacky, like the HUD position is like all over the place. But they usually fix that pretty quick. I'm gonna open that up real quick though. Alright, I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to check out this hand. What is that bet on the turn? Yeah, I don't really like my call here, but felt like I got position and I kind of just gotta see a flop at this point. Probably, I don't know, I think it's probably pretty close open on the cutoff. We don't really have anything going. I'm just gonna fold. Oh, heads up, I'm not following you, man. There, just gave you a follow. Heads up, yeah, man. That's the Ace King King hand. We're on a 5-minute delay, by the way, so I know what hand you're talking about, obviously, on that one. But yeah, I had the ace blocker, the double paired king or the double suited kings. One's the nut suit, but I have yet. At PLO 50 on Ignition, I think I have seen one in the last 2 weeks, seen maybe one cold 4-bet like that wasn't aces. So, I don't know. I just think that even with the blocker, there's it's just aces at this stake on this website. Or this site. We're just gonna check here. And player 2 is just gonna pot out. This flop aggression doesn't seem to be like too crazy. And we're just not gonna try and float for any like backdoors or anything. But yeah. I don't know, man. ACRs seem pretty nitty. I've used to play a reasonable amount of no limit tournaments on ACR and thought that the action was good. But yeah, I don't know. The cash games, I was just really surprised the nittiness of PLO 5 on ACR. I mean, in the 6 max. There'd literally be, 4 players with a VPIP under 25, which is not what I would expect at, PLO $5. So maybe, you know, I hadn't really played much at this stake on there at all. So I actually considered starting at PLO 25 stake, but the rake considerations made me consider taking a little more risk of ruin with the bankroll, with, you know, starting with 50 buy-ins at PLO 50, because the rake structure was a little better, if I remember correctly. That was my reasoning. It's even better at PLO 100, but I didn't really feel that would be, I don't know, I didn't feel like that would be the best starting point. I feel like that might be a stake that would be a little high for somebody coming in pretty fresh from No Limit. And I didn't want to commit 5,000 to 7,000 to this right out the gate. If I busto 2,500, I can get over that. I don't really want to busto 7,000 or something like that. And my plan is to progressively increase my bankroll requirements, or become progressively more conservative with bankroll as it grows. So I'm at 50 buy-ins here at PLO 50. Once I decide to go to, you know, grind it up, I'll probably take a shot at 100 at like $4,000, a small shot. But I won't make PLO 100 my primary game until I have 60 buy-ins. And then I'll make it 70 buy-ins at PLO 200, 80 at PLO 400, and then probably 100 to get up to like PLO 1K or something like that. So, I mean, by the time we make it to PLO 1K, we pretty much should be really close to completing the 100K challenge, which would be awesome. I'm sure we'll take some shots at PLO 1K before we get, you know, to that full buy-in level, though. So we hopefully will be streaming some PLO 1K at some point in the future. Heads up, if you're still in the stream, what stakes are you grinding out over at ACR? Ace, Queen, 10, 4. Queen has suit. I think it's pretty borderline, especially with the limp in front. Would like it a lot more with the nut suit, but we're playing one table, trying to get some hands in for the viewers. All right, total shout out to Heads Up Master. Sorry, I didn't see the follow come through, man. I appreciate that. And Science49, appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. This is the nutcase over here, this 3-betness. So we're just gonna call. We do flop top pair, queen kicker. And I'm gonna bet because he's 3-betting so wide, like he doesn't have ace king here a ton. He could have a lot of draws. There's a lot of boards that complete draws. This guy's so nutty. This is his third check raise and like 30 flops. Probably shouldn't have bet. I don't know. This is a weird spot. He could have an ace with the flush draw. I'm just gonna fold. I don't really like being in that position. I probably should have checked, but his 3-bet range is so wide. My thought process was that he could be 3-betting with a lot of a wide range. So with the 7-8 of clubs on the board, he could. I got to dodge a club. I've got to dodge a 9, a 10, a jack, a 6, and a 5, maybe a 4. All of those cards complete the straight or the flush, which obviously some of those are going to be more in his range than others, but I thought that my visibility out of position, I know he was in the small blind there, so I did have position. So maybe I can check back, see what he does on the turn, just pot control. That might have been the better play. We're just going to check here. We flop top 2. We're just going to bet. There's not like a ton of very good cards for us. Like a 6 or a 7's really bad. A 9's not great, but it doesn't really change a whole lot. I'm actually going to bet again. He's going to float the flop on the blind v blind like kind of wide. And I don't want to give him a bunch of free cards to hit some like runner or something like that on me. King, queen, 10, deuce, king high suit. The deuce dangler sucks. It kind of kills our hand. We're on the button. This will be, I think, a perfectly fine hand to try and steal. Player 3 is going to limp in, which is... I'm going to open anyway. My 3 broadways... Well, 2 of them are high. It is a gap in the broadway, too. 3's likely to flat here. Yep. Ace, king, 7. So we hit the king. We have the nut flush blocker as well, which is pretty strong. And we also have the nut gut shot. So we have a fair amount of equity and cards that we can bluff on here. Of course, his stack is pretty small, so... But this board, the ace hits our range a lot more than it hits his limp call range as well. If he jams on us, we're just going to fold. But I don't think he jams that much just because I don't think he has like a ton going on there. So here we hit the... He only has a pot size bet though. It's kind of unfortunate. I guess we just had to fold. We can't really play our blocker because he only has $5 left. Freaking short stackers. Short stackers. Yeah, man, I'll definitely check out that video. Always happy to check out any content any of my viewers or followers, subscribers, etc. are putting out. I appreciate the support from everybody that checks my stuff out, and I'm more than happy to try to look at any of the content you guys have out there as well. This is going slow as molasses. Let's go. Pick up the pace. Ace, King, 10, 5 double suited. We're definitely going to open this from under the gun. Our Broadway side of our rundown is, I guess, the 5, I guess, dangles out there, but it does make a wheel. I think a bigger detriment to this hand is the fact that our spades are 10 high instead of having the second nut spades. Ace 10 of hearts, King 5 of spades, something like that. But we're going to call. We flop top top. Seems like fairly unlikely that this guy is going to have pocket aces at this point. Since we blocked that, we do have a backdoor spade draw as well, and we turn 2 pair. Straight gets there. He checks. I'm gonna bet like he could have a flush draw here too, and he's probably gonna call there. I want to deny him odds on the flush draw. But I want him to call. I'm happy that he calls his flush draw. He makes a pretty strong fold there, actually. Ace, king, king, jack. Did he show... Did he show a diamond draw with there, or just the one diamond? It doesn't show it in the hand history. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're just gonna flat this spot here. I think this is a pretty classic pulling hand where we want, I mean, I'm more than happy to take this 4 ways with this hand and try to flop top set and cooler somebody in like a set over set situation or something like that. I'm gonna go for a check raise. I could lead here. I don't dislike the lead, but it's easier to get more money in the pot if we can get a check raise. And with 2 players behind me, I think I'm going to get a bet reasonable amount of time. Of course, like the worst case scenario happens and it checks through and the king of diamonds hits. And we're stuck with second set. We have no diamond blockers. The straights didn't get there. Nobody's bet yet. So we might be good here. I feel bad about the way I played this. I should have led the flop, I feel like. I wanted to check raise. I thought that player 3 would potentially try to bet a lot of draws. I played this super weak though. I think I have to call here to bluff catch. And we're right. Yeah! The correct bluff catch! Queen, Jack, 10, 8. Pretty strong hand here out of the small blind. We're only single suited. I would love to be double suited here and just like try to 3-bet ISO and get it in. This is a pretty strong rundown though. Our gap's at the bottom, so we're gonna be pretty nutty. Arguments for a 3-bet. The original raiser's wild. Of course, he might 4-bet us. There's a lot of dead money out there as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 3-bet. This is like, I don't know. I guess I feel like this is kind of like on the border. I'll look at it a little more later. And then he is gonna 4-bet. This guy's so nutty. We're just gonna flat, see if we can hit a flop. We hit backdoor flush draw and a Broadway wrap. So we got 9 outs. 9 outs right now. If our hearts are, if he doesn't have a heart draw. Oh, this is pretty close, I feel like. If he's got like a set, then we're in worse shape. 48, so it's getting like 2.5 to 1. I need like, let's gamble. Not good. Not good. He had our spades. Oh, that's a bummer. Knew that was going to be a gamble, though. It was really unfortunate our backdoor spades were dead. We still had a lot of outs. That was like... I think that was the absolute worst case scenario we could be in. So, yeah. He turned the open-ender as well, so he had top set and open-ender and the spade draw on us. A dominating spade draw. But my outs were good. My straight outs were all good. And they weren't even blocked. Pretty strong hand here. We wake up with aces with 2 Broadway side cards and nut hearts with a limp and a raise in front. We can go ahead and 3-bet. So we blocked the queen, which is pretty good for us. We have like a 2.5 SPR. I think we just got to stack it in here. Get called by like, get in against flush draws, maybe some straight draws. Blocking the queen cuts down a lot on the made hands that have us in pretty bad shape. So a larger percentage of his stack off range is going to be drawing hands, and that's good for our aces. What a river top 2. What a 1. It's unfortunate to lose that big pot a minute ago to player number 1. We were up for the stream, and now we are down. I don't even know how much we're down. Down like 20 bucks. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. We're going to check this garbage hand. Flop a bottom end gut shot. Not really feeling too happy about this regardless. Sorry, get out of here. This is a pretty crappy hand in the small blind. Just going to get rid of it and move on to the next. Flop 2 pair there. Nobody's betting either. Probably would have been good, but it's a pretty bad hand. King Jack 7-5 rainbow. King Jack Jack 10, we got a suit. We're going to open this up from the cutoff. Probably going to get 3-bet by player 1. All right. Luigi. Thanks for the follow, brother. Appreciate it. Player 1 does 3-bet us. I really just want to like ship it on him, but I know he's going to call. This guy's 3-betting 47%, and I feel like I've run into, he's stacked me with aces twice. We like total whiff this board. Jacks may or may not be good here. Really don't know. I don't think player 6 is going to show up with much here. I don't know what he has. We're just gonna get out of here. I don't really like this spot. I'm gonna be out of position on the turn. There's not very many good turn cards for me. A club or a jack, maybe a king. Oh, we really want to stack player 1 one time. It sucks when you're like in a game against somebody that's playing super nutty and raising a ton, and you just are missing flops there. The hands that you actually get involved with them, they have it. And of course we'd have flopped the boat. Flopped the stones. Alright. I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight, guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow sometime between 8:30 and 9 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be doing it up again and go from there. So thanks everybody for stopping by. If you missed some of the previous streams, you can check them out here on my past videos on Twitch, or search my YouTube channel at PLObro Official. And give me a shout out on Instagram or Facebook at PLObro Official, and on PLObro at PLObro on Twitter. Thanks again for stopping by, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Run good. Get it in. Have a great one. See ya.